Hey, what's up guys? This is Jeff with Gamestork, and there's a lot of news to catch up on from this weekend, and I'm super happy to dive right in. Some big things have happened. There's some really interesting games coming. So without further ado, let's take a look. Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that, we are very lucky around the world to not have to live in Japan and want a Nintendo Switch if you don't have one. I come from a place where a line is a thing, to where if you line up first and you sit there like I did to pre-order the Nintendo Switch, which I wound up waiting an entire night. I showed up at about 9 p.m., waited all night for a GameStop to open, and then pre-order my Switch first. I was the first one in line, but this doesn't work that way in Japan right now if you want a Nintendo Switch. The Switch stock situation is not so great everywhere else around the world, and if you thought it was difficult finding a system west, be thankful you're not living in Japan. Again, it's so crazy about how this thing happens. Now, this is an example from Akihabara this weekend, and more than 3,000 people lined up in hopes of securing their Switch system. But here's the problem: there are just 250 units available here. So what they had to do is they had this drawing, and you had to draw a number, and regardless of where you are in line, only one of these people get the number. And this is insane, right? 250 units available, and all these people lined up down the streets, thousands of people there, and it's just crazy that only 250 of those people. And even if you're first, you still may not get the Switch. It just meant that you got that ticket first, and it's whoever draws the ticket, that winning lottery ticket, quote unquote, wins. And that's just, to me, kind of crazy. I'm really excited that I have one. As a matter of fact, I was in Covington, Louisiana today, and as I walked through Walmart there, they had about 6 Nintendo Switches at that store. So I was surprised to see some there, especially with the with the demand so high. But that's just what it's all about, and let's be happy that we don't live over there. For all you people in Japan, I feel for you. I hope you, win those lotteries and get the Switches, and hopefully I hope everyone gets an opportunity to get their hands on one. So the next bit of news comes, and it's really kind of exciting. I love talking about new games coming to the Nintendo Switch, especially when it's, really good games. Gamefly, which I've been with for, I don't even know, 5-6 years now. It's a wonderful service. They have listed Portal Knights Gold Throne Edition coming out for the Nintendo Switch, and let's just face it, this game's pretty solid. If you're a fan of things like Minecraft, you will enjoy this. It's kind of a play on that, and it looks like it's a lot of fun, and this game is coming soon for the Nintendo Switch, and it looks like it's a really good game to take on the go. Now, there's not a whole lot of information out as far as like date and stuff like that. It is listed on here as September the 30th, 2017, but as we know with things with Gamefly and everything else, that could change depending, considering this is like the first that we've seen of this game coming. So if 505 Games are, really on it, then they could get this out September the 30th, and we could be looking at another action-adventure game coming for the Nintendo Switch that, just adds another cool genre or twist on a genre for us to play on the go. Speaking of cool twists on genres, Amazon.es has listed Lego Worlds to come out September the 8th. So this is another September game, which, what can you say except yes, right? This is an awesome game that I actually held out playing. I've watched a ton of gameplay video on it. I just haven't purchased this yet because I wanted it on the Switch. And, the developer very early on said that they were extremely interested in a Nintendo Switch version. And, so I decided to wait, being a good Nintendo fan, right? Well, it looks like it is coming in September, finally. The box art looks really cool. And this game, it's a very good imaginative game to where if you like to do things like create and other things like that, good for you. It's really, really awesome. If you're into Splatoon 2 or Splatoon in general, and you want to know more about the story and things like that, you might be excited to really dig into this next news. And this is the fact that CoroCoro will be producing a new web anime for Splatoon based on their manga serialization, and this is debuting August the 12th at their YouTube channel. So you'll be able to see some Splatoon anime and get a lot more of the characters. There's a manga out there already, but this is coming extremely soon. And if you like Splatoon 2, then you can look forward to this, or Splatoon in general, and getting more of the characters. I know that they could do a lot more because the Inklings are really, really cool. And honestly, I can't wait to see more of these Inklings. They're super duper awesome, right? So let's look forward to that. I can't wait, and we'll see what happens. once the time comes. So if you're just looking for some crazy games that are heading to the Nintendo Switch, there are some. Random Switch games begin with Vegas Party and Chicken Range. You want to go shoot some chickens or gamble on your Nintendo Switch? Well, here you go. Time to bring on some bizarre Switch games. Amazon UK is listing a pair of random titles for the Nintendo Switch, Vegas Party and Chicken Range. Vegas Party promises gambling-friendly fun, comprised of 10 unique mini-games. As for Chicken Range, it's a shoot 'em up in which you shoot chickens using various weapons. Now, if this is like Angry Birds, I don't know. I'm not sure, but it looks, you know, it could be kind of cool. These games that are just out in left field sometimes can be quite fun. Vegas Party will be available on December the 8th, and Chicken Range doesn't have a estimated release date present. The listing now shows February 23rd, but it could change tentatively. But if you're looking for just some random games coming up to be excited about, I don't know if you're into playing cards and poker and things, you know, and gambling in general, or if you like shooting chickens, but perhaps this is for you, you know, if you do. And it looks like these will be physical copied games as we see the box art, and you can expect some good things. Now, whether or not I'll play these games and love them, probably not. I know I probably won't be playing the Vegas Party because I'm just not that much into those things, but I might shoot some chickens at the Chicken Range. We'll see. Maybe. For our next bit of news, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I get really excited when I see new games, you know, the releases of new games playing in handheld mode on the Nintendo Switch for the first time, whether it be third party, indie developers, AAA third party, first or whatever. I always get excited when I see some new game running on the Nintendo Switch and actually doing it. And as you can see here in this video, it looks like the Phantom Trigger game is, there's a video that's been released of it playing at 60 frames per second on the Nintendo Switch in handheld mode. Now, Phantom Trigger is a hardcore neon slasher with RPG and roguelike elements, and you know, figure out what's real as you follow the story of Stan on a journey through surreal and twisted worlds. This game looks really cool. It's slated for September the 30th of this year, so another September game. It looks like this set of news today is all about September, and we're just going to be loaded with games. Let's face it, we just had some really good releases like Bulb Boy, which I will be doing a Let's Play on that. I actually have already filmed 2, and my computer has crashed both times, so as I'm building my new PC, just bear with me, and once that PC is finished, we'll have a ton, probably every other day at least, Let's Plays. I'm just having issues right now with this crappy laptop. Anyway, but Phantom Trigger, it looks really cool. It looks really solid. This roguelike slasher. I'm really excited to play it. You know, I love indies. I've actually, since I've gotten the Nintendo Switch, have fallen in love with indies more so than I have before, and that excites me a lot because it's opened a new thing in me for, you know, my love for games. And in the past, I have focused way more on the big AAAs and just played them and waited, you know, and I've caught myself doing that a lot. But since I've gotten the Nintendo Switch, I've taken a lot more chances on a lot more indies, and I have experienced some really great things thanks to that. So it's thanks to the Nintendo Switch that I got the opportunity to play a lot of games that I wouldn't normally play, just because of this really great value component of being able to take those on the go and playing them wherever I want. It's awesome. So for the last bit of news, which is big news, and I'm reporting on this a little bit late, I get it, which I could have reported yesterday, but some Kingdom Hearts 3 details have come out. They have given a 2018 release date, so they're like, yes, it's definitely coming out 2018, and for all of us fans of the series, we're like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. But the first thing I thought when I saw this was, okay, they've got to give us 1.5 and 2.5 on the Switch. They need to port over all the in-betweens. They need to port over the 2.8. They need to do all that stuff, right? They need to give us everything that's available beforehand on Nintendo. Well, Tetsuya Nomura actually talked about this when he said a Nintendo Switch version of Kingdom Hearts 3 was possible in the future, but only after existing versions of Kingdom Hearts 3 are complete. Now, he also spoke to the fact that Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 Remix, or the 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, could also come to the Xbox One at that point. But let's hope that all of these make their way over to the Nintendo Switch. This is understandable, knowing that Nomura and his team are very busy at work with this game, and it takes a lot to make a game like this, so you can't expect them to say, okay guys, we want to make a Switch version, let's split into 3 different teams and knock this thing out, right? Because they need everyone that they have to make this game as good as it should be, because let's face it, there's a lot of pressure on them to make a hit. Kingdom Hearts has been a very successful franchise, and this isn't an in-between game. This is number 3 of the mainline franchise, so this is a huge deal, and this could finish up the series. We don't know, but what we do know is we expect a lot of good things, and the video that was released on the gameplay looks really good in the Toy Store world. I can't wait to see where all they get to go. It's going to be really cool. To quote him, he said, the Nintendo Switch is definitely a very interesting piece of hardware, but if we lightly say oh yeah, we'll be on the Nintendo Switch, I'm sure people will come back and say, but what about the PS4 and the Xbox One? We want them out first. Don't focus on other platforms. So for now, we want to focus on what platforms we've already announced we're going to be releasing Kingdom Hearts 3 on. And so after, perhaps maybe we can start thinking about other possibilities. So we see this is possible. He's just saying, I'm not going to promise this before my current work is done, because I've already promised, I've already signed a contract for this to come here, and before this is completed, I'm not going to jump ship and just start focusing on another console. That's understandable, but the wonderful thing about that is that he is open to bring that game to the Nintendo Switch. Now, I have to say, I'm so hyped for this game that I don't think it is going to be one that I can wait for a Nintendo Switch release to happen, but I will say that it's a game that I would repurchase to replay multiple times on the Nintendo Switch. But I will say is if they decide to put out Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 Remix, and even the HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, I will definitely purchase those. Hands down, first day, pre-order, however you want to put it. No ifs, ands, or buts. I will purchase those and play them. So I'm really excited about possibilities. Kingdom Hearts, if you've never played this series, is really a groundbreaking series, and it's something that when it first came out, nothing was doing. It still really isn't. Nothing is doing what this game is doing, which is taking a mature look at the Disney universes, jumping into these Disney worlds to fight darkness, and it is really good. I mean, it's just, good's not even a good word. It's really great, awesome, groundbreaking, amazing, immaculate. There you go. There's some words for you. Anyway, that's going to do it for this daily news update. We've had a lot of good news. This is audio version only, just due to time constraints. But, you know, look forward in the future. Check us out tomorrow here at Gamestork for more news on the Nintendo Switch. Be sure to like and subscribe below for all Nintendo Switch news, all Nintendo news, and all things awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.